Okay.
Right?
What?
It's May 1st, right?
Right, that's better.
Let's go wider. What the heck? Is that's yellow?
Okay, that's too dark, first of all. Turn the lighting back up a bit. That's better.
Just
Yeah.
that? That's good? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This goes back on April 29th. It's May 1st. Is it good?
I don't know. Turn on the lighting in there.
All of it or just some of it? Tell me which one looks best. This one? No, obviously.
That's better. Yeah, that's much better.
Or both of them? No?
Better, yeah, better. Yeah. I'm really sorry, you guys. I touched my computer. I forgot that I can't touch my computer whenever I'm live streaming or we lose the stream because my computer is temperamental.
Okay.
We're similar in that way.
Sorry, guys. We're back.
We're back. I won't touch it, I swear. I won't touch it again.
Reese, you can make the announcement about your hair now. About the,
Yeah, her
it's
hair,
pink.
she was saying her hair is pink. We're both running the red spectrum today. So,
Yeah, mine is pink and Rachel went red.
Yeah.
But it's a light pink. It's like cotton candy pink.
Yeah. I got tired of the black, which is I've honestly been tired of the black for a while. I tried to do a different color like 5 years ago. And then where I messed up is that I didn't use color remover, and then I tried to go like who remembers Joan on Mad Men? That's what I was trying to do. And my hair won't do that.
That one girl with the red hair?
Yeah, like a tangerine red almost. Like she's so beautiful. And I tried to do that, and I fried my hair so bad that I had to cut it all off and restart again. And so this time I did a color remover to try to get as much of the black out as possible. And then I did a 30 volume bleach and got basically just like this, like my hair really did kind of go to this right here. And then I just said, whatever, I'm leaving it at that. I did a couple more like touch-ups for some spots that were a little too dark. And then I dyed it like a brown copper red and left it at that. So yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And everybody else is just pretty. It's real pretty.
Thank you, y'all.
Yeah, guys. First up.
Yeah, what is going on out there?
The neighbors just got home and they see the lights in their car.
Oh my God, y'all, my dogs are like flipping out.
Flipping.
I feel like I need to like scream at them like,
Quiet down!
Yeah, so somebody asks, am I going to be breeding Misha?
No.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
You're gonna show her, right?
Yeah, I am going to show her. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If I can get a really nice male to breed her with, we'll see. Or do like artificial insemination, we'll see. But I'll be honest, I'm not really like making a huge effort either. So yeah.
Yeah.
Am I gonna do a cooking with Corso soon? Well, depends on how this goes. The problem with any kind of live streaming is the internet quality right now. And so if this looks horrible, then there's no reason to do another live stream. We're really kind of like testing this just to see what happens. So yeah.
Hey, Enzo's awake. I can bring it to you.
What?
Enzo is awake. I can bring it to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on, I'm making your coffee.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hello.
Hello. So
All right, guys.
let me see on my phone what the stream looks like.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Rebecca, for the donation.
Thank you for the donation, Rebecca. So let me see what the stream looks like
Rebecca.
so that I can see how either good or bad the quality is. Now, always keep in mind that just because your quality looks bad doesn't mean everybody's does. Sometimes you just have a bad internet connection, but sometimes it is us. So I need to see to kind of get. Oh yeah, it looks horrible. So yeah, it really sucks, dude. There's just nothing. Unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do about it. That I'm actually plugged into my router. You know, there's just nothing I can do about it. God, that sucks. That is like
How bad is it?
the lamest. Look at that.
Oh, Lord.
That's 1980s internet right there.
Oh yeah, straight dial-up.
Truth be told, you look better than I do in the stream. For some reason, like it's clearer with her than it even is with me.
I mean, they can still understand you though, so.
Yeah, I mean, if you can understand us, I guess that's really all that matters. Whatever. You can't see all the weight that I put on. Or how horrible my makeup looks right now. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I'm done beating myself up. I'm sorry. I know.
Y'all need to tell her to stop. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell everyone, tell my mom how beautiful she is.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. My bad. I've been a little hard on myself lately, y'all. I know everybody's put on quarantine pounds, but your girl Rachel here has made it into a dang competition. Okay. Let me put some sugar in my coffee.
No shoulder.
I bet you won't believe this, but I have not drank any coffee yet today. I just woke up and it was so hot here in Texas, I went right to sweet tea.
Step up.
Put him over here on this side because
Oh wow.
Step up.
Yeah.
Step down.
Hey, baby.
Oh wow.
Step down.
Come on down. Step down.
Step down. Come on, Bubby. Oh, come on, baby.
Oh.
Baby.
All right, well.
Step up. He wants to go. He just doesn't know how to
You're
do
a
it.
lady after my own heart, girl.
Yeah, girl.
3 copies. 3 copies. I drink coffee like on the hour. It's so bad. But Rachel and I were so much alike because today I don't think I had coffee this morning. I didn't. I hadn't had coffee all day.
Yeah, seriously, this is my first coffee of the day.
You can see his red tail.
Enzo.
Yeah, mine too.
Touch his tail a little bit.
Enzo. Come here.
He was making new noises earlier, so.
Enzo, come here.
He's starting to talk a lot. You can see him peeking through. Look at him.
Enzo, right here.
Enzo, what's this?
Right here. Normally he will. He'll like.
Oh gosh.
He's bad. Bad bird.
Bad bird.
Bad bird.
204 people on right now.
Step up.
Owie.
No, it's what?
Hold on. Put that hair to the side.
No, here. This is my body side. Come here. Step up.
up.
Step up. Good boy, Enzo. Would you good boy, Enzo?
He looks so big on camera.
All right. So Enzo's joining us for a while.
Oh,
Hello, baby.
there he is.
Hi. Hello. Hello. I see you.
Enzo.
I see you. Yes, I do.
Oh, he's gonna go to
No.
Watch out.
No. You can't be on the computer.
He
I'm
tried
so
to do that
sorry.
online. I was doing my
So
schoolwork.
sorry.
I went to do my schoolwork and he like grabbed onto my computer right there and started chewing on it. I was like, no, that's not my computer.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, he wants to be in my hair.
He's like, I like your hair.
Like with my luck, he's gonna poop in my hair. Whatever. It's cool. We'll wash it. It washes out. He's a baby. He's in training, so it's gonna happen. Come here, Enzo. Step up.
I would show you guys
Step
my
up.
baby rabbit, but he's not doing so well right now, so I don't want to stress him out more.
Yeah, I think I took another look at him. I think
She thinks he's
come
gonna
here, baby.
pass away.
I think he's like newborn.
His eyes aren't even open.
Yeah. Here, step up.
But he was, oh
No.
gosh, he's gonna go on your head.
No, don't go on my hair. The rabbit. Come on, step up.
Yeah. Oh.
You don't want to be on my shoulder right now, do you? You're being funny.
He's like, I want to go
No,
on
he's
that
like,
side.
I want to be on the fluffy side. He's like, I want to be on the side of your hair with all the body.
He likes to stand right there. I think he thinks that this is more solid, like the that part of the arm than the shoulder. There's more room right there.
Hello.
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 So, I see you.
He's
Like, no, don't get on my head. Don't get on my head.
he
Don't
likes.
get on my head. Are you a pretty boy? Are you a pretty boy? I know you are. Yes, you are. So anyway, it's almost his bedtime.
Yeah, he tends to sleep a lot.
It's almost your bedtime.
He was falling asleep earlier on his perch.
You give me kisses?
Watch him bite
You give me kisses? I know, right? on live stream, like, oh my God, did you see Rachel's parrot? She totally got bit in the mouth by her parrot.
He doesn't respect you.
Come here, baby.
He's gotten a lot better about that, though.
No, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
You're trying to fly.
No, you don't. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Look, he's gonna do it again.
No. What are you trying to do? He's trying to get my coffee. Savannah, take Enzo.
Step up. Watch out. Don't put him too close to your computer.
So,
He will ruin it.
okay, so the rabbit. People are asking about the rabbit. So, I didn't get to finish the story. So,
The last people didn't hear the story either.
right. Okay. So this is what happened today. I was outside dealing with my property. I have a tree that needs more stability in the roots. So I was like getting dirt and all this stuff. And I hear this screaming, really high pitched screaming. So I go over to where I hear it, and there is a snake in my tree. And it's like, I was raised in the country. So like I've been around little baby rabbits before. So I kind of had an idea of what it was, because I would go traipsing around the forest with my dogs, and my dogs have actually found and unfortunately eaten little baby rabbits. So I know what it sounds like when they're screaming. So I kind of already knew what it was. So I saw the snake, and I was like, I kind of clapped, and I get it. Like, the snake has a right to eat, whatever, but it's just like dramatic. If you're going to eat quietly, as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to hear the suffering. You know what I mean? So I clap at the snake, and he's like, whatever, dude, there's nothing. Oddly enough, I hissed at it. I went, tss, and he was like, he dropped it, and he went right up the tree. I don't know what he thought I was, but he didn't want no part of it. And so he dropped the little rabbit. And so we tried to just put the rabbit somewhere that the mom could find it, because where my trees are, there's like a little rabbit that's always in there. And we left it there all day, because Savannah kept wanting to take it. And I was like, no, leave it be, because the mom is going to be a better caretaker than us. But she did not come back all day. And I literally was still of the standpoint of just leave it. But Savannah went and got it anyway, against my request. And she fed it. She got it to eat some like goat's milk formula that we had here. And so it's in our closet with a heat lamp, and she's trying to take care of it. I don't think it's going to live. But at least if it does die, it doesn't die in the jaws of a snake. You know what I mean? So whatever, like, that's the way I'm looking at it, is that it's like, at least it gets to die peacefully if it is going to die. If it lives, when it gets bigger, when it gets to be, I think they literally, it's such a small, like, it's like 2 weeks, I think they're with their mom. That's how fast they grow. So if it lives, we'll release it. We're not going to keep it. It's a little cottontail. It's a little wild rabbit. I don't think you can keep those as pets anyway. And we don't need a pet rabbit anyway. So anyway, that's what's going on. So that's why we were late. We were taking care of this little rabbit, and we hope he lives. Pray for him. If not, at least he gets to go to Jesus peacefully instead of in the gut of a snake. So, and I could tell.
Oh, God,
yeah, I could tell the snake had already gotten one. Huh?
You need to feed it the mom's poop so it can digest its food.
I would have to find some of the mom's poop. I don't know where the poop is. So, you know, it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. Sorry. I'm like so addicted to that. Anyway, have you seen that, by the way? You need to Google that. You need to see that, and then you'll know why I say that. Savannah showed it to me, and it's so funny that I can't stop. But it is what it is. Seriously, let me find it. I'll find it and send it to you.
Thank you, Lisa, for the donation. Lisa Byers Lawson.
Yes, thank you, Lisa. So it is what it is.
Hey, guys. What's that? How are y'all handling the quarantine? Is everybody bored by now, pulling their hair out?
Okay, Reese, I sent it to you.
What? What did you say?
I sent you the "It Is What It Is." If you want to be hip with the new kids,
it is what it is. Yeah.
Watch it real quick. We will
watch that.
We will all watch it and love it together. Everybody, I'm sure a lot of people already know.
Look, guys, if you're not drowning in homework, you're pulling your hair out because you're helping your kids with their homework.
Seriously, yeah.
it's hard times right now.
Mhm. So it's not so bad for me.
Hello. I
Yeah.
think they forgot I was here. They forgot.
Girl.
They're like, oh yeah, here you are. Hello.
Yeah, anyway. But I've been watching Bleach. I've been catching up on Bleach. I'm still not done with it. That's like the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Bleach.
Wake up with anime and go to sleep. Go
Girl,
to bed with anime.
and straight up, like, oh my God. I stay up way too late.
I gave him milk.
He did? He ate it?
Yeah, he ate some of it. And he definitely like stopped eating after a little while. He like where it sticks in their mouth for a little while. But he has some teeth coming in too. So
Savannah said that the rabbit took some more milk.
I already fed him one syringe, like one of those.
Thank you, Cocker Mom. Huh?
I already fed him one of those full syringes of milk.
Yeah, he looks skinny as hell. Oh, heck.
Yeah, guys, Bleach is one of the classics. It's one of the best.
Mm-hmm. I can't get Savannah to watch it.
How about some Hunter X Hunter fans up here?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I don't like too much action in anime.
Thank you, Julian. Velocity Litter has been so anticipated, most anticipated litter I'm looking forward to this year. I just love her. Please show her more. It's her time. Let her shine. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I can't wait. She's due next week, and I have an appointment to have an X-ray done on Monday to see how many puppies she has, and just to make sure that if there is any like really big puppies in there that we know, and if we need to get a cesarean, then we will. Let me see. But yeah, we'll definitely show more.
Do you think that is it possible that she'll have a day litter? Like she'll have her puppies during the day, or do most dogs have puppies during the night?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely live stream her birth. It's unfortunate that the quality is so shoddy right now. I'll contact my people, my internet people, and see if I like in advance and be like, look, I really need it to work this day. But like I said, there's so many people on the internet right now that there's just only so much they can do. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know. It's just getting. Yeah, it's just the internet right now. Oh yeah, I watched Black Clover is really good. I love Black Clover. Very good suggestion.
So yeah, we'll definitely do a live on her birth. I wanted to talk about something that I really want to get off my chest. Thank you, Chancey. Is it Chauncey? Chauncey?
I think it's Chauncey.
Chauncey, yeah. It's going well. Yeah, it's going well.
Thank you for your donation.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I want to talk about something that maybe, like, we'll kind of open it up for questions in a minute, but one of the things that I really wanted to talk about today is my bird. Cameron, thank you, Cameron. Just wanted to show my support. I'm subscribed to you on both my channels. Keep up the great work. I live my dog by careless through you. I'm not to be able to own one at the moment. Thank you very much. And then to Tsunami, love you both. So much love and support. P.S. I even have STCC merch. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Thank you for the support, guys. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I honestly need to be better about getting more merch out. So yeah.
Go ahead, girl, about that bird.
Okay. All right. I just want to cover this and then we can all move on. So I've had a lot of people that are basically like, not a lot. I've had a few people that watch bird tricks, and I watch bird tricks. And I think that I'm able to watch them and like take what I like and leave what I don't like. And so, and a lot of people, what I've seen is there's like this online thing of like people that are basically like, if you have your bird's wings clipped, then you are a cruel person. First of all, that doesn't even meet the definition of cruel. Cruel is to intentionally cause pain or suffering, which clipping the wings neither does, because it doesn't cause them any pain. No physical pain. And the idea that a bird is suffering because they're not able to fly, it's like, I kind of gave an example like this. Like, I love race cars. I used to have a modified car. I used to go in autocross. I used to go to drag races. I love to drive at incredibly fast speeds. And I absolutely love doing that. Now, if I had never driven fast in my life, would I be suffering if I had never had the opportunity to drive? No, because you can't suffer from not doing something that you didn't even know you could do, or that you've never experienced to even know that you would love, right? So a bird isn't going to suffer because it can't fly whenever it doesn't even know that it could fly. And I kind of liken it to this, like my chickens can't fly, right? They can glide, they can fly just about as much as my African gray can. Do chickens suffer because they can't like glide on, in the sky, or penguins? No, like they do what they can do, and that's it. And Enzo does what he can do, and that's it. Like he acts like a chicken, I would say, in the way that he flies. Like he does kind of fly around my room, but not to the same extent that like a bird that could actually use his wings could. And so I personally, like it's not safe for my house, for my property. Like the woman that raised my bird used to actually live right in my area, and was very clear with me that it would be very unsafe if my bird had his flight feathers, because if he ever got out, he would absolutely die. There's no way that he would be able to survive out here because there's too many predators.
Yeah. I had birds growing up, and I actually had an indigo. I think it was kind of like an indigo lovebird. And, it's like always when it's not, if it's going to happen, it's when it happens. And it's always somebody else who causes the bird to fly out the door. And I had this lovebird. I really liked it. And I was cleaning out the cage, and it was perched. And my brother opened the door, and the bird seen the light. And it just flew out the door.
Yeah.
And I called the breeder. We looked for the bird. She's like, it's going to fall prey. You're not going to find it. We looked, and we never got that bird back.
Yeah.
So it's literally not worth it.
And Julian,
to leave yeah.
I just want to address Julian. That's fine for now, but eventually you want him to fly. I mean, he is a bird. Chickens are birds. They can't fly. Penguins are birds. They can't fly. Just because something is a bird does not mean that he should be able to fly. And no, I don't want him to fly. Let me be very clear with you on that. I don't want him to fly. Why? Because bad things happen. Like he's not in his environment. He's in my environment. You know what I mean? Like he's in an environment that he was never designed to be in. So how cruel is it to take an animal that was never designed to be in this environment and risk letting it out and dying? Like this is what ticks me off, is if you go to the shelter and you try to get a cat, and you tell them that the cat is going to be an outside cat, they will not let you have a cat. Now, how many of you have cats? How many of you have noticed how badly your cats want to get out? Okay, cats want to be outside. It is a very rare thing that a cat doesn't want to be outside. They absolutely want to be outside. Blair is gone. I don't know if y'all know, I haven't made a video about it, but Blair is gone because she wanted to be outside, and she finally got outside. And, Savannah accidentally left and she took off. She's gone. And the thing about it is cats can survive outside. They absolutely can. There are people that do like trap and release programs for wild, like feral cats, instead of killing them, where they spay and neuter them, give them vaccines, and then they let them out and they just let them do whatever they want, because a cat can survive. The whole thing of cats being domesticated, that's a lie. Cats are not domesticated. In fact, it's one of the few animals that really isn't. They will go right back to being wild in a heartbeat if you let them. So if a cat needs to be kept inside to be able to be safe, because we don't want them outside because it's not safe. Why is it okay to let the bird out? It's not safe for the bird. There's a guy that free flies on YouTube. He's like from England or something like that. One of those places with that accent. His bird is macaw, flies all the time. He flew into a window, knows how to fly and everything, flew into a window, almost died. So you see what I'm saying? Like in the wild, African greys have an average lifespan of 22 years. In captivity, they live much longer. So clearly they're living longer with us. I could understand if you're talking about a killer whale, which lives a very short lifespan, like they don't live long in captivity. They do not do well. They have to be put on like Prozac and stuff because they get depressed. Or, great white sharks that might live a matter of hours, maybe a day or two in captivity because they don't do well. Parrots are not one of them. So I'm really annoyed by the selective outrage. You know what I mean? It's like, if you let your cat out, you're horrible. Your cat shouldn't be out. They won't let you adopt one. But if you have a parrot that is not at all designed to live in our environment, you should let it out. You should, even if it's going to die, even if it's at risk of being taken out by a predator, even if it won't come back, which has also happened, you should let it do that. But yet the cat has to stay inside. Like, I'm so tired of people that have no ability to have critical thinking skills. They hear something, it sounds good, and they're like, "Ooh, yeah," and they get emotional about it, and then that's it. They just fly with that. And it's so annoying to me. You know what I mean? It's super annoying to me. I want all my animals to be safe. I don't want my cats outside because cats can die. They can get taken by the same thing that my bird can, flying predators, ground predators, and they can get lost. They can just take off, get lost. They can get run over. There was a guy on YouTube whose bird was shot. Do you remember that? His parrot was shot by a guy. Did you hear about that?
By a hunter.
Yeah, a hunter shot his bird. There was a woman I was looking in England who she didn't free fly her bird for like a week because things happened. Whenever she did free fly the bird, it took off. And this guy that teaches free flight, he said that unless you can dedicate 2 hours a day to your bird to free fly, you shouldn't do it. Because the worst thing you can do is take an animal and expose it to something wonderful and that they love, and then take it away from them. Imagine if you were in prison, right? And then they let you out for like 2 hours a day, and they're like, "Here, you get to be free for 2 hours," but then you have to go back to prison. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the cruel thing. You know what I mean? That's the cruel thing, is to give something freedom and then take it away. Give it freedom, take it away. That's the rude thing, in my opinion. And I'm not going around telling anybody what they should be doing with their birds. I don't care. You want to free fly your bird? Go free fly your bird. But don't come on my channel and try to tell me how to take care of my bird. That's the problem. You know what I mean? You want to help me with me. You see me doing something wrong, whatever, that's fine. But don't come around here trying to tell me that I should have my wings, the wings not clipped so that he can fly around out here in Texas and die, basically. I'm not, you know what I mean? You're not going to replace my bird if he dies. So don't tell me what to do with my bird, straight up. So that's just kind of where I'm at. I had to get that off my chest. I've had a lot of time to think about it. And I just think I'm not going to say the R word. I think that it is incredibly lacking in critical thinking skills. Okay. Incredibly. Cats, I think, are a great example. They'll live in your home and they like to be with you, but they are not domesticated like a dog is. A cat does not need you the way that a dog is. A cat will survive on its own. Okay. My parrot is more domesticated in this environment than my cat is, because my bird is more dependent on me, just like my dog. My dog cannot be released out in the wild. He's not going to make it. The bird is not going to make it. Therefore, I have to make sure that I keep him safe, because I brought him into an environment where he is not evolved to prosper or survive. And it would be horrible if I let him out, let him fly around, and a hawk came down, which we have many of, and swooped down and took him. Yeah. That would be incredibly irresponsible of me. So, and not to mention, I just got him. I'm not experienced enough to even if I was going to let him free fly in my house, I'm not experienced enough for that. You have to be experienced for that. Like Marlene McCohen, I think she was really good, because she basically said, Free flight is awesome if you have the ability to do it, if you have the experience to do it, if you know, because there are lots of hazards, like your ceiling fan or somebody opening a window, or you're cooking and there's a hot pan of something going on or whatever. There's all kinds of things that can happen. And even with all of her experience, she lost a bird because it had free flight, and it just, her sister opened up the cage, I think, and the bird just took off. She never got it back again. Never got it back again.
They see that light and they just go.
Yeah.
And believe me, I've been through it.
Yeah. And she was lucky in the sense that where she lives, that bird can survive there. There are some parrots. I showed Reese these in Austin. There are wild parrots that have gotten out of people's homes here, and they've actually breed, and there's a flock of them here. And Austin doesn't kill them because they don't have a really super negative effect on our environment. But there are places where certain parrots are illegal because so many of them get out, and they have a negative effect on the wild population. So you literally could have your bird die by government people coming in and saying, this is an invasive species, it's not supposed to be here. So I think it's really short-sighted. It's like the way that like children want to do something and they think it's a great idea, and all the adults around are like, no, actually it really isn't a great idea, and here's why. And that's what I feel like this conversation is like personally. And now I'm done ranting. I'm done, but I'm tired of it. Like, cut it out. Zip it.
Y'all know, everybody that watches Sense Tempo channel knows that any animal under her care is in the best care. So, I mean, this is not even anything to argue or, whatever about.
Yeah.
The bird's in good care. And I think it's her business and her personal decision if she wants to put the wings. I 100% agree with it. I will be doing it. I'm getting another bird, and I agree with it.
Yeah. And the Quaker parrots. Yeah, the Quaker parrots everybody's talking about, that's what's wild in our area, are Quaker parrots. Reese tried to get me to catch one for her. I was like, no.
Yeah, I did. I was like, girl, you need to go outside and catch me a Quaker. I have been on the bird class. How long now?
Girl, I wouldn't have even gotten a bird if it wasn't for Reese. I called the pet store for her. She wanted to see, because our prices here are a little bit cheaper than where she's at. And the lady there, Kathy, talked me into getting a bird. I was like, okay, like I'll think about it, like they don't just want money. Yeah, and they don't push birds on everybody. Like, it wasn't like that. Like, I told her, I was like, I don't think I'm the right person for a bird. I was like, I'll be honest. I was like, I'm very busy. I do work from home, but I don't have like all the time in the world to be up in a bird's face. Like, hey, this and that, whatever. And she's like, oh, you need an African gray. You need a gray. She's like, they're more independent. So Reese laughs and says I took her bird, which I probably did. So.
But I'm gonna get a bird soon, you guys. I'm gonna get one soon.
Yeah.
She's really sleeping in my lap right now.
Yeah, we're both gonna get a bird. And I'm sorry I keep cutting you off, Reese. I'm too amped. I took G Fuel today. Girl, I took G Fuel to clean my house, and it didn't kick in till now. Like, I took it out. I took it like so many hours ago, and it just now like kicked in. So I'm like, so it's my bad, y'all. I'm like, chill. And I'm drinking coffee. I need to chill.
You talk, because my brain is not all the way up right now. So you talk.
Yeah. No, y'all. Yeah.
The words.
Yeah. Yeah.
About to get us demonetized.
Seriously, yeah. Girl, I had to do my little rant because, like I said, I'm tired of people telling me what, like, it's just like, and it's like these people that have never had like one of the guys that commented on my video had never had a bird. Yeah, he's like, when I get my bird, and I'm like, you don't even have a bird? You're sitting here telling me what I should do with my bird, and you ain't even got one? Like, really? And then he was like, he's like, when I get my bird, I'm going to have an extra, like an add-on to my house with an aviary added on. And I'm like, okay, well, I hope you make a whole lot of money because that's like really expensive. So like, for real, like, and all it did was remind me of like when I was a child and I used to like imagine the house I was going to have. and like I wanted a house like on the ocean, and I wanted like my room to be like under the water, and I wanted it.
That went on until you were like 20.
Yeah, it probably did. Yeah, and I wanted it. I wanted like all three like of the walls to my room to be like underwater, and I wanted to be able to see orcas swimming by. It was so bad. It was so dramatic. You know what I mean? I was got like an underwater room. Yes, girl. All this. Okay, all this.
You were in an underwater room.
Girl, yes, I was. Yes, I was. Yes, and I wanted orcas. I wanted to be where the orcas were, so I could see the orcas, and like it was. Yeah, that's how I was when I was a child, and that's what it felt like. Like I'm like, okay, well, I remember when I first had my first imaginary house. So anyway, that's how I saw that comment. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That's the goals right there.
Girl, for real, I had so many dreams. I even wanted streams like to go through to go through the flooring of my house, and I wanted to have like plexiglass, like a thick kind of aquarium glass like over it, so that you could walk across the floor and you would see like fish swimming through the floor. Like, girl, I had all these dreams. I've always wanted just a ton of animals in my house. Like everywhere you look, there's like animals. Like that's how I wanted it.
We talked about that the other night. How we both like just wanted like a farm growing up. Just a whole lot of animals of every type of species. Just crazy, except for monkeys.
Neither
don't do monkeys.
We don't do monkeys. Neither one of us do monkeys. I like gorillas. Chimpanzees could disappear off the face of the earth, and I'd be like, oops. Sucks. You know.
They steal people's babies.
I don't like them. I don't trust them. I don't trust chimpanzees. I don't trust monkeys. Only gorillas. I like gorillas. I will be up in the mist with some gorillas. But no, not chimpanzees, not baboons, not none of that, y'all. I don't trust them. They'll steal your babies.
Baboons got right legs.
So.
Lord, somebody just threw out Victoria Stilwell's name.
Oh Lord, did they really? Did they say her? Y'all, do y'all know that woman wasn't even a dog trainer? Do you know how she got that show?
She was a catfish, y'all. She was an actor.
Yeah, she was just an actress that had walked people's dogs at one point. So whenever they put out a casting call for a dog trainer for a show, she was like, "Well, I've trained dogs before," and they literally gave her that show when she had no experience at all. And she's like, you'd be hard pressed to find more of a fake than Victoria Stilwell.
I thought she was cool though, you know, in her leather pants.
I hated her. I always hated her.
Vest in the heels, you know what I mean? That was pretty sweet.
She's too. You know what I hate is like she's too judgy. You know what I mean? Like she would just come in and see the people with their dog, and she'd just be like, "No. I don't do that." Like when I would train people's dogs, if I see them doing something wrong, I'm just like, all right, well, let's work on this. You know what I mean? Like you can't help somebody if you're judging them. If they, you know what I mean? Like how are you going to judge them when they've already admitted they need help? You know what I mean? You wouldn't be there if they didn't know they needed help. So sitting there being judgy, like, what's the point? You know what I mean? You're just being a jerk.
But it was entertaining for like the network.
I'm sure. Oh yeah, I'm sure it was. Yeah, I'm sure it was. But that's why she got sued. You know, she got sued.
A little bit.
No, I hated
she was
it.
Like a dominatrix of dog trainers.
I always hated her. Always hated her.
Come in with the leather, with the pleather.
No, I always hated her. And she got sued because she suggested somebody put their dog down, and they did, because her training didn't work. And they basically said the dog was crazy. And then the people found out that she wasn't actually a dog trainer, and they sued her. And it's really hard to find that on Google now. You have to use a non-filtered browser to find it. You have to go, the browser I use that's like, doesn't have all that Google filtration on it. Filtration is Ecosia. Ecosia, Ecosia. That's the one you have to use to find that stuff. But yeah, she, yeah. Anyway, I digress.
was something else. She was something else, but it was for TV, for entertainment. So the entertainment, you guys.
Have we watched Tiger King?
Escaped my mind.
Girl, we have watched Tiger King. I hope you all know that I have my own Carol Baskins. I won't say their names, but I have people that can't stand me and they go out of their way to attack me. Reese can tell you, I haven't put this on a video yet. They even reported me to the Texas. Thank you, Julian. Yes, Reese is going to get one of those, I think she said, or something like that.
Have y'all heard of a baby blue Indian ringneck bird? I'm thinking about getting. I have heard of the Indian ringneck. They are really good birds, very sweet. They're pretty good talkers. Good small, medium-sized bird. I like them. I mean, I actually looked at getting one for myself, but they're a little nippy for kids. So, because birds, little kids running around, sticking their fingers in a cage. All birds bite, but some are more nippier than others. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, Julian, that's a good bird. You should get it. Reese, I miss Billy. She was such a sweet soul. Billy! I miss her too. Billy's living a good life, guys. She's living with some Akitas. Go ahead, Rachel. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Yeah. But one of them reported me to the Texas breeder licensure and was basically like, I should read y'all the complaint. They basically said that I don't have a fence, that it was so funny. They said I don't have a fence, that let me see here, that I let my dogs dang, I can't find it. That I let my dogs that there's like cactus all over the place. I let them, like, it's dangerous, that I like breed them.
She doesn't have she doesn't keep water nor food for her dogs.
Yeah, no food, no water. That was the other thing. My dogs have no food or water. And
aggressive male dogs.
Oh yeah, aggressive male dogs that are dangerous for my daughter. And here we go. Here it is. So he's like, I'm an investigator for the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. Our agency is in receipt of a complaint filed against you alleging that you may be operating as a dog breeder while not having a dog breeder license. I'm reaching out to you to help me address this allegations. A license may not be necessary or required, but I will need your assistance to figure out if one is needed. Please complete it and then send it back. And so this is what they said. This is the complaint. It says, Rachel is a well-known Cane Corso dog breeder. She has a YouTube channel that documents her dog breeding. She currently has 11 intact dogs ranging in age housed together. It's an unsafe environment, not only for the dogs, but for her daughter as well. She has a room full of dog crates to contain the dogs with no food or water. She is not licensed to be breeding dogs. Her yard is full of cacti, resulting in injuries to her dogs. There's no fence for the dogs either. She currently has 3 intact males together, and this is a very dominant, aggressive breed. Something needs to be done about this. She is turning into a puppy mill. She already has 3 litters advertised for this upcoming fall and has already produced 3 litters from 1 female since spring of 2018. Please stop her before she breeds all of her females. Yeah.
Yeah, and they weren't even concerned. Like,
yeah. So he,
whatever, what was that?
Yeah, he said, let me see here. What was it called? Garcia, that's right. Let me see. Let me find his, come on. What was the form? Let me see. Let's see. I could have swore that I saved it under his name so that I would have it. Let's see here. Did I? He was actually really nice. Let me see here. Gosh,
thank you, Mason, for your donation, for the donation.
Let me see. Let me see here. Okay, here it is. So he said, so I basically told him that what they said was wrong, and that I have a bunch of people that are against me or whatever. And he says, I have no doubt whatsoever about your statements. I've seen your YouTube channel and did my homework. I honestly do believe you. The questionnaire that I sent you is just a requirement for me legally. Notice I made no attempt to visit your location personally. I am more than willing to take your word for it. I'm just required to forward the completed form as evidence that we did look into the complaint. We have no desire to regulate you since you obviously do not meet the minimum threshold. Now, what this person didn't realize is, because they didn't investigate well enough, is that in order to be required for licensing in Texas, you have to have a minimum of 11 intact female dogs. Okay? 11, in fact, they have to be adult. 11 adult female dogs, not dogs in general, female dogs, which I obviously don't have 11 females. So I filled out the stuff. Savannah, make sure the dogs are not going under the house. And he said, got it. I appreciate your help so much. I can now forward this as not needing a license at this time. Hope you and your family are safe in these trying times. Thank you again. So, yeah, so it went nowhere. The guy literally could see that I wasn't doing anything wrong, but I'm telling you, these people are my Carol Baskins. They come after me, you know what I mean? They literally go after me as much as they can to try to take me down and hurt me. Like I said, make up blatant lies about me in order to do so, which I think is just really a reflection more about them than it is about me. But what I think is funny is on these private Facebook groups that they have about me, because I have people, my own fans that are on those groups, so I get told what gets said. They call me Carol Baskins, which I think is hysterical. Like, how am I Carol Baskins? I'm the breeder. I'm not the person making the reports. I'm the breeder. They got it confused. If I'm anybody on there, which I don't believe I in any way resemble him, but I would be the Tiger King, not Carol Baskins. I would be the Corso King. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And so that's the thing. You know what I mean? That's the thing. I'm not the Carol. Okay. I'm the other one, if I'm anyone. And I just think it's funny how they even make that correlation. And I think it's a reflection of the fact that maybe subliminally they know that they are Carol Baskins. You know what I mean? Like it's like they're not smart enough to put two and two together. It's like somewhere in the back of their brain, they're like Carol Baskins, but they don't realize that they are the Carol Baskins. So anyway, yeah. So I haven't made a video about that.
People ain't got nothing else to do. I mean, obviously, Rachel matters to them more than they want to pretend.
Yeah.
Or they wouldn't be up there trying to do all of that. Because if I don't care about a person, I'm not spending 30 seconds of my time on them.
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And that was back in April that happened. And I thought about making a video about it, but I don't know.
Carol Baskins thinks she's Carol Baskins either.
I know, right? Exactly. Like Carol Baskins probably doesn't think she's Carol. You know, exactly. You're right. Exactly. It takes you would have to actually be self-aware. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's really funny that these people think that I'm that one. It's like, no, sweetheart, you're the one. That's I'm the Tiger King was doing his own thing, y'all. He was out there going to malls, showing his little baby tigers, doing his own thing. And Carol was like, don't you dare try to make money. even though she was making money doing the same thing. Not the same thing, but very close. In fact, did you see that she had a bed and breakfast where you could have one-on-one, even unsupervised time with baby cubs. So she really was very close. The only difference is that it was more private than like going to a mall. And so anyway, so I just think it's funny how these people have nothing better to do than to try to attack other people that are just out there living their own lives, doing their own thing. And they're like, no, don't you, Like, it's like, okay, okay, Carol. That's what to all my haters now. Okay, Carol. Would you like to speak to my manager, Carol? So
honestly, like that Tiger King thing, like the whole ending of that, it was. Are they gonna have another season?
They are supposed to expand. Yeah.
Like I can actually see how it gets to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you, Julie and Angel.
Thank you, Sky.
I love y'all. Reese, Alpha Dogs. You are breeding J2. Can we see a pic or description? So Alpha is a dog bred. He's from Custodianos Kennels, from Serbia, and Vicky Glisson from Cape Fear County Corso owns him. He's a really nice black male. He's very young right now.
Can you see this? That's what he looks like. That's him when he was a puppy.
Yeah, so that was him as a pup right there. There's the pic. So
he's purty.
When I start taking deposits for that litter, I will post pictures and make an official announcement.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sky Connor. Thank you. That is so cute.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, and that's the same place.
Hello.
Yeah, that's the same place that I got Vitani and Valak from. So, thank you, Whitney. Let me see here. So some people love nothing more than to judge others. It's sad and disgusting behavior. Your subscribers will always support you. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, it's true. Some people, like, what's funny is I was watching, how many of you watched the DIY King, the fish guy? I was watching, yeah, I know, right? Me too. I was watching a video of his recently where he got tired of being trolled, basically. And he was on Instagram Live, which I have to say, I love this idea. And he invited his troll people on to the stream to basically roast each other, right? So he like roasted his trolls, which I just like love. And I guess people took snippets, like his haters took snippets of that, and were like basically like, oh, shame on him for saying these horrible things, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, when you're a YouTuber, you should just expect this, you know, yada, yada, yada. And personally, I think that is absolute trash. Okay. What you're doing when you do that is you're victim blaming. Okay. You're victim blaming. Yeah. Just because a person has decided to try to help other people by putting what they do online does not mean that they in any way decided to subject themselves to abuse, which is exactly what these people are doing. They have went out of their way to cut off his electricity. They have come to his house. They troll his children. They fat shame his children and call them homophobic slurs. They've brought up his criminal record, which, I mean, to be honest with you, like, a lot of people have criminal records. You know what I mean? Like, is that supposed to, what does that have to do with the fact that he breeds fish, or that he shows you how to set up fish tanks? You know what I mean? Like, he never claimed to be an angel. And so I just think it's absolute crap that a person is allowed to get onto, like, y'all have seen it on my Instagram. Maybe you haven't, but people will get on and they just and they trash talk me, and I will trash talk them back. And then I get these other people, they're like, oh my God, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's so unprofessional. I can't believe that you're even acting like this. This is just embarrassing. And it's like, oh, really? So you guys are allowed to abuse me, but if I do anything to defend myself or treat you the same way you're treating me, I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
Like, if y'all like, I would let the middle finger fly right now, y'all. If we were not on YouTube, I would just let it. I would let it hang in the air, okay? Because I am that girl. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's a lot.
Yes. Like, I am a dog breeder who has tried to be open and transparent and show everything. You know what I mean? Like, at no point did I ever say that I'm some super professional HR person that can take your criticism and just be like, oh, I'm so sorry you feel that way. Would you like to file a complaint with the board? Like, no, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not me. And you know what I mean? And like, it's the hardest thing for me, because where I grew up, if somebody comes at you and you don't come back at them or stand up for yourself, then they will keep coming for you. You're a target. You know what I mean? Like, you are a punk, basically, where I grew up. So it is not in my nature to back down when somebody calls me out. It's in my nature to be like, oh, really? Okay, well, you know, how about that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the whole like back down, don't say anything, ignore it, that is very new for me. That whole concept is very new for me. And I'm learning. The thing is, they don't have like books on how to handle massive amounts of hate and judgment from people just because you decided to be public.
I'm her queen of peace. I'm like the little angel on the ear.
Girl, I do.
Whispering what to do.
And I call Reese. I call her and I'm like, Reese, help me. Help me. They said this and this, and I said this and this. And she's like, Rachel, just let it go. And I'm like, but. She's like, just let it go, Rachel.
Y'all gotta know one thing about me. I don't get 2F. I'm like the last person to get all ruffled and upset about anything.
Yes. Yeah.
And I've just, this is my personality. So it's like I'm like the better half.
Yeah. Girl,
that comes in and tell her.
Y'all should have seen it when we were flying back from Europe. and my seat they sold my window seat to somebody else. And Reese had to let me know, and she was like, Rachel, you better chill out right now before you get us thrown off this plane, because I was ready to fight over my window seat. Because I paid for it. I picked it and I paid for it, and they gave it to somebody else. And I know we picked our seats together on the phone. We know what we got. And I was ready to go, y'all. And she was like, Rachel, she did a text. She's like, Rachel, you better chill out before you get us kicked off this plane. And we were in Turkey. This is not a place that you want to get kicked off a plane. But I was ready to go, man. I was so mad. It takes me a while to cool down. When I get hot, it takes me a little bit, you know what I mean, to get, even out.
My homegirl gets into it with somebody, I'm on it.
Yeah, if it's legitimate, she's there.
I will back her up 100%.
Yeah.
But behind the computer, people hide behind their computer and do the little dirty business. It don't mean anything, If you really want to talk, if you're really that concerned, let's meet up in person. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't care about all this, like, let's hide behind the keyboard. Who has time for that?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Those couch channels, I have nothing to say about them.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, like that right there, what you just said, Courtney, to me is like, I sit there and I'm like, y'all coming for me? But y'all gonna let him live. Y'all coming for me, but y'all gonna let him make it. Okay. All right. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That right there, that throws me for a loop, y'all. For real.
Catch me outside. That's how it be fun. Catch me outside.
Yeah.
That Dr. Phil girl, catch me out.
Yeah. That right there throws me off, man. I'm like, y'all are gonna come for me when this other dude over here is out there doing the most. You know what I mean? And but y'all gonna let him make it. Okay, all right, okay. I'm the worst. I'm the, what did they say? I was like the detriment to the breed or something like that. You remember that?
Oh, yeah, like she's single-handedly pulling the breed down.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm trying so hard not to let the word fly tonight.
Yeah, literally. But they're gonna let him make it. Okay.
Girl,
okay.
Stacey, they will catch hands. They will catch hands.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you what, Rachel may be hostile right now over this computer, but I would people catch hands in person.
Yep. Yeah. As they say, beware of the quiet type.
beware of them. He can tell y'all, I turned up in Italy.
Yep. Oh, we had some fun. We had some fun. We both did. We
don't know how to act.
No. The other people, they were like, "Whoa, America! Whoa, peace, America!" It was really funny.
Please.
Yeah, it was really funny.
That's instead of Bad Girls Club.
Peace, America. Do you remember that? Peace. What was that guy? Who was that guy?
We made peace. We made peace.
We did. We made peace. It was all good. Everything. In fact, it was really wonderful. We all came out of it much better. But yeah, it was funny.
Okay. Sam Patron had a really good question about discussing the fear stages that Corsos go through and how to get through them. So I kind of like, there is the Corso, there are like two different, well, there are many temperaments you can get, but either you have like an unstable temperament or you have a stable temperament. But the thing is, they both go through similar things, which is the fear stage. So I think the fear stage is when the dog's brain is developing, and these dogs were bred to be thinkers. And so I think they overthink. I think they go through this stage where the brain is maturing and the thinking is kicking in and they overanalyze. Mm-hmm. And so the best thing you can do, and it's okay for dogs to feel some kind of way when they come up on something they're not familiar with, that, you know, they're not desensitized to it, but it's all about the recovery. And what you want to do is you don't want to acknowledge the dog's fear. You don't want to acknowledge anything it's experiencing. You just want to maybe give it a command to sit, or just take the dog and walk past it. You have to push the dog through it without acknowledging that there's an issue, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And, you know, once they mature, they get through it.
Yep.
But anyway, Rachel, you have any input on that?
Just that, you know, just same thing. Like you just want to expose them to things. They don't have to love it, but they do need to at least accept it. You know what I mean? So like when I was training, who was it I was working with? One of my pups, a while back, I went downtown to 6th Street, and there was like one of these people that was like a street musician, and he had like some buckets that he was drumming on, and the dog was like freaking out. And so she kept trying to like run away and kind of freak out. And so I made her just sit. She didn't have to be okay with it. She didn't have to you know, be so happy or anything. I just wanted her to stop trying to get away. You know what I mean? Just sit there and stop trying to get away. Once she's just sat there, then we moved on, and then we came back again. Same thing, just made her sit. This time she did a little bit better. We walked, because we always walk up and down, up and down. By the third time, she was like over it. She didn't even care. So, yeah. So you don't have to expect a miracle. Like I said, you just want them to stop actively trying to get away from it. And then they'll get better with time. And
if it's a stable dog, if it's a dog with really good temperament, very stable dog, then what you'll see is they'll go through this fear stage, and you have to do your part and just ignore it and push them through whatever they're unsure about. And it's like I said, it's okay to be unsure, okay? But it's all about the recovery. Did that dog recover, and what did you do when you kind of when that dog had that moment?
Mm-hmm.
But if the dog is stable and you've done all you can do to push them through the fear stage and desensitize them, then they'll be fine. If the dog's temperament is not stable, then they'll never recover.
Yeah.
Is what we see.
Right. And
So,
you want to explain recovery?
For our breed.
Do you want to explain recovery, like what we mean by that?
Recovery is just getting over that moment. Like Rachel said, walking the dog past whatever it was unsure about multiple times, right?
Shh, preacher.
And then eventually that dog's like, oh, okay, that's
velocity,
fine.
Quiet.
Or, like situations like that. So that's the recovery. The dog gets over whatever it was unsure about.
Yeah. Basically, like it stops being actively like scared of whatever it is, and it stops trying to escape. You know what I mean? So it's okay for a dog to be scared, but recovery means that they get out of that mental phase and they kind of adapt to the situation, right? A dog with a fearful temperament, or what we call a weak temperament, will not adapt to that situation. They will keep being terrified of a situation, even though logically they should know that there's no reason to be, because it's not a threat, if that makes sense. So there's
exactly. you have to give this breed, guys, like 18 months, right, to get past all of those stages, and you have to do your part, your due diligence, and not pay mind to it. Don't acknowledge it. Don't do it's okay, and that's one of the biggest mistakes. Is the dog. I've seen this a lot. Like people's dogs are unsure, and they go, oh, it's okay, and pet the dog, and they try to walk the dog through what it's unsure about. And what you're really doing is you're acknowledging fear is real.
Right. Yeah.
And you're making that reactiveness okay, because that's what the dog really can't interpret what you're really trying to say. It's interpreting the way that it knows by touch and voice and how it's feeling at the moment. So, you can take a good dog and completely ruin it that way.
Yep. So we have 2 donations. Susie Q, is that how you say that? Kiwi. Thank you for your donation. Kia Ora, Rachel, and Reese, really enjoy the both of you as women breeders. You're so down to earth, honest about all you do in your kennels. Thanks, gals. You're absolutely more than, or you're very welcome. I said the wrong thing. My bad.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So we do try. And then Angela, I love you guys. You guys just help me relax and unwind when I get home from my graveyard shift. I love all your dogs. Thank you very much. It's very sweet of you. And we're glad to help. Okay.
Do parents' temperaments have influence on a puppy? Absolutely. Temperament is 100% genetic.
I'm wondering if the topic of the pit bull bishop in a viral video came up. I didn't know about a viral video of a pit bull, to be honest with you. So no, we haven't talked about it.
I wanted to talk more about like inheriting like the temperament being like genetic, and like it makes sense because we people had great influence on purebred dogs, right? Like you take a herding dog, that dog has the natural instinct, right, to herd animals. And so that's not just an instinct that just came out of nowhere. They took dogs that had that could do it, that they did it naturally, and they bred them together until they made that trait solid in the breed. So temperament is definitely 100% inherited.
What is that about? The video was so cringe. I unfollowed CC because it's unsafe for her dog. So sad she doesn't have the alpha personality. The dogs run her home. What is that about? Who's that?
Is CC the I think I know who they're talking about.
Tell me it's not the Chronicles.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Type Bishop into, oh yeah, Chronicles, yeah. Type Pitbull Bishop into YouTube. Let's see.
So what happened? What happened?
Let me see. Pitbull Bishop.
You can that up in your phone. Let me see that. What? Give me your phone.
Scary. What is that? The scary Pitbull trying to attack. Oh, wait. There's a bunch. Big Pitbull Bishop. Is it the must-watch scary Pitbull trying to attack owner? Is that the woman? Is that the one?
Ooh. Okay.
It's a white. Okay, yeah. So it's this one. Let's see.
Which
oh my
one is
God.
It, Rachel?
Oh wow. Oh fuck.
Oh
my God, she's petting this dog. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Girl,
oh my God. What, this woman's gonna die. Oh my God, this woman's gonna die.
Which video is it?
Woo! Woo! Oh, that would not be me. Oh, that would not be me. Girl, this dog is straight trying to dominate her. It's straight. It's right. That is active dominating. Do you see how the dog is trying? Okay, y'all not watching it, but the dog is literally trying to get on top of her. Girl, you have to watch this. Let me send you this. Oh my God, girl.
I'm trying to find it. Which one is it?
Oh my God, girl. I just sent it to you on Messenger. Woo, y'all. Woo! That would not be me. That would not be your girl. Like, let me just say, like, let a dog try. Let a dog try that with me, y'all.
Oh.
Hell would freeze over before I would ever allow something like that. Oh, she's petting the dog. Woo! Girl. Oh, Jesus was watching. Jesus. Jesus was there, girl. Oh, Lord, girl. It's the only thing that let her live.
Y'all don't even want to know. Y'all don't even want to know what I would do to that dog. That dog is thinking, oh, this is okay. That woman's about to get mauled.
Okay, now I'm not normally the type to be like, somebody call the authority. No. Somebody needs to call the authority. That woman's going to end up dead, half-eaten in her house if somebody don't go take that dog. And to be perfectly honest with you, that's shocking to me. I've never seen a pit bull that aggressive with their owner. In fact, Reese, when you told me about a woman that was like found dead with her rescue pit bulls, a part of me was just kind of like, oh, I wonder if they're like mixes, because pit bulls are traditionally like really good with people, like so good with people that they don't make good guard dogs. But that, whoa, y'all, like, oh my, oh girl.
Yeah, no, girl, I wouldn't snatch her up and the dog. And
girl, I'm telling you, woo, girl, no. Girl, and let me tell you, that didn't just happen that one time. That happened over time. That progressed to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa. That's wild.
Oh, somebody said the dog was put down because it did attack.
Yeah, see that? I'm not surprised, girl. I'm not surprised. Of course it did. That's what I'm telling you. I was shocked it didn't. I was shocked. I was like, Jesus was sitting there.
We're looking for the extended version of it.
Damn.
She actually did this time.
Oh, she did? Oh,
yeah,
man.
They took it down.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, man. That's messed up, dude. That's messed up. That right there is, and I don't mean to be crappy, but that is sheer ignorance right there. She did not know enough about dogs to know that she was literally fixing to get pieced up by that dog.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, girl. She was gonna lose a face right there, literally. I can't.
The most disrespectful place a dog can bite you is in the face.
Yeah.
A dog biting you at all is disrespectful, but the in the face is the most disrespect.
And who was filming that?
Most.
Whoever was filming that and didn't do something about that, shame on you. I wonder if it was their dog.
Girl, I mean,
yeah, see, she's even saying, did she say get your dog? Is that what she said in it? Get your dog?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Girl.
No, just saying Bishop, stop. Telling the dog to sit. Looking at him in the eyes, girl, don't do that. Don't do that. When a dog is challenging you and wants to eat you like that, don't ever look it in the eyes like that.
No, because you're just challenging back, and I mean, she doesn't know
She's
enough.
so. That's taking everything in me not to fly the F word, y'all. She's so lucky. Like, oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh man.
Let me watch that again. I want to watch that again. That was pretty. That was cringeworthy.
That was serious cringe. Oh crap! My iPad is dying. Savannah, get my iPad charger. Savannah. I think she's watching anime. Savannah.
That is so right there.
Sorry, I need my iPad charger. My iPad. Oh my God, are you? Oh, that's so cute. She's cuddling with Enzo. That's so cute. God. Yeah, that right there was like, oh my God. I don't even have words, y'all, for how dang
You have to unplug something.
scary that was. We gotta be really careful.
Yeah, that's very, very scary.
Don't touch anything. Be very
scary.
Oh.
Gracie almost fell again.
Dude, why? It should have went away.
I hear him.
Okay.
Does anybody on the live stream have a blue-crowned conure?
Okay, man-eaters. Pit bulls shouldn't be that way. I just want to point that out.
No.
Like, I know so many people think I hate pit bulls. I don't. I love pit bulls. The only reason I don't have them anymore, no, Savannah, the only reason I don't have them anymore is because it's too much work to keep them in a pack environment, and I'm not going to breed them because they're way overpopulated right now. And most people don't know the difference between a pit bull and a bully dog, but they shouldn't act that way. And I almost wonder if that dog had like something neurologically wrong with it, you know? Like, it looks like a dog that was bred, because it was like almost solid white with like blue on it. And a lot of those dogs, people breed for white. So they'll breed white, you know, with blues and whites and things like that. And a lot of times you can get some neurological stuff whenever you breed for color. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's something really wrong with that dog. It's hard to get a dog to be that bad. You know what I mean? So that dog right there, that dog was actively trying to dominate her. She would have been, with her relationship with that dog, she would have been safer if she would have gotten in the fetal position and did not look at the dog and just stayed quiet. She would have been safer. She basically to submit. She should have submitted to be. Y'all know me. I normally would not suggest that. That relationship was already so messed up that it would have been safer for her, and somebody should have stepped in and helped her train that dog from there. That dog needed to have a conversation with Jesus. That's all I'm saying. But
that's very, very scary.
Yeah, like literally, that was such a dangerous situation. And the thing that sucks to me is that one dog will harm the reputation of the entire breed. Okay, that's why I don't like dogs that are high profile like that, like breeds that are high profile like that. It's super annoying to me whenever people get them and they don't treat them right. They don't raise them right. They don't recognize that their one dog can have the impact to kill so many, right? Like in Colorado, how they had the breed ban and they killed, I want to say thousands of pit bulls and pit bull mixes because of a few people that messed up with their dogs. And I know that there will always be pit bull haters. Believe me, I used to fight with them when I was a kid. I would be one of them like crusaders for the pit bull. And I had all my statistics, all my bookmarks, all my everything. And I would post it all and I would do all this stuff and it never made a difference. If somebody's going to hate a dog or hate a breed, they're going to hate that breed. But that kind of reputation comes from people like that. Okay. It isn't the breed, it's the people. And it just is what it is. So I'm not gonna say it, y'all. I won't say it. It is what it is.
You guys may try to Zoom next time. You may try to Zoom.
So yeah, and to be honest with you, the gentleman that said that he would shoot them, to be perfectly honest with you, I do agree with that. If a dog can't be saved, you know what I mean? Like some dogs can get to the point where they really do become a liability. And in my opinion, if one dog can have such a profound impact on the whole breed, that one dog should be removed, because not one dog and one person doesn't have the right to endanger the lives of all the other animals in the breed because they didn't want to do the work. You know what I mean? It just sucks.
Yeah.
It just sucks. Nobody wants to have to put a dog down, but you also have to weigh the risks, right? Like if that one dog does something so horrible and it gets in the news and it flames up all these people that hate the breed and want to do breed specific legislation and stuff, and that's going to end up killing a whole bunch of other animals, then obviously it makes sense to remove that one dog from the population. You know what I mean? So,
and you know what's crazy about that video is the fact that they thought obviously it was funny because they posted it on YouTube.
Yeah. And I've seen people like that. Yeah, I've seen people like that. You know what I mean? People that think it's funny to like watch their dog try to attack somebody, and it's like ha ha ha. And it's like, yeah, it ain't gonna be funny whenever that dog actually hurts somebody one day and that dog has to be put down. But people like that, you can't teach them. You can't educate them. You can't tell them what they're doing is wrong, because they'll just get defensive and all like, you know, whatever about it. So, but yeah.
Oh, no, I could have never. That dog, yeah, he would have been took straight to Jesus.
That's what I'm saying, girl. Straight to Jesus. That's what I'm saying. We would have had a moment, and if he wouldn't have come back, I would have just been like, sorry, you know. So I'm gonna send you up to your father. You're gonna have to have a conversation with your father.
Go back to your maker.
So, but that's just how I see it. It's a breed that is very, like, the way I see it is, if you have a pit bull, you have an incredible responsibility. It's not like any other dog. Yeah. You have to have control of that dog. You cannot put it in a situation where it's going to attack someone or someone's dog. If you can't be responsible enough to make sure that that dog never does anything bad in that regard, then don't own one, because they can't weather another storm of controversy, if that makes sense. You know, they just can't. And it's just wrong. I hate it. And it's really sad. It's very sad. You can say this stuff all the time, but people like that are always going to exist. You know what I mean? They're always going to do that stuff. There's nothing you can do about it. They're attracted to dogs like that. And, you know, all we can do is try to educate, you know, the best we can, but that is a tragedy right there. And it's sad for the dog and the person.
We didn't witness her get mauled in the face.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was that close.
Yeah.
It was that close.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah. I mean, I can't even believe they posted that on social media.
Yeah. And that dog was literally, like, some people would say, oh, he's just vicious, he's blah, blah, blah. No, that dog was dominating her. He was actively, that's why whenever she tried to, like, push him back, how he was clinging to her leg like that, that's the same way that Cashmere will mount and cling on to another dog. She's grabbing him and she's like, no, don't you move. I'm dominating you, and they want to get up on you, right? They want to get higher than you. And that's why it was growling at her and letting her know, stop, you do what I say. You know what I mean? You do what I say. And what did she do?
If she would have
start petting the dog.
Or made too, like, energetic of a movement, he would have bit her.
Oh yeah.
Her.
Oh yeah. If she would have tried to have gotten up, yeah, if she would have tried to have gotten up, or if she would have actively like really pushed him off, because the whole like petting him thing, she might as well have been licking his face like the puppies do. You know what I mean? Just submissive. You know what I mean? Like that's exactly what that was. It's really, 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 really unfortunate. But you know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do? And it sounds like the dog didn't make it. You know what I mean? If that's what they said, the dog didn't make it. I mean, we knew that was coming. So we knew that was coming. Yeah. And that see, there's an extended version. He attacked her and her 10-year-old sister. Yeah, that's just, oh my God, that's so sad. Like I can't even, yeah. Like I had like literally as many pit bulls as I have now. Adult dogs that I brought in off of chains, and I didn't ever have a situation like that, not even remotely close, because I'm an alpha. Like I don't tolerate that stuff, and that's why I teach people to not let their dogs dominate them. That's a very extreme version. I'm not gonna lie. Like very few dogs will ever get to that point, and I really think there was actually something neurologically wrong with that dog. I really do, because that's just not normal behavior. But having said that,
you know, I don't think the dogs look stars. They look stars to you. Maybe you need to look at it.
So the other dog in the video did look kind of skinny. There was a brown dog in the background, but the white dog that was attacking her was actually kind of chunky.
Yeah, the dog on her looked fine.
Yeah, the dog on her looked fine. Yeah, so it's not like a case of like abuse. Like, and it doesn't matter. There are people that starve their dogs and their dogs do not attack them. Okay, like watch Animal 911 on Animal Planet. You'll see all these people, these old people with these starving dogs in their houses, these hoarders, and the dogs have not turned on them. Just because you mistreat a dog doesn't mean that it's going to try to attack you. That's not what caused that. That was sheer dominance. Absolutely 100% clear as day dominance. Okay, like if you think it's anything else, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm just going to tell you, you don't know what you're talking about. That was 100% dominance right there.
That's not normal for any game dog. I mean, not really, honestly, you see more so of that. You don't even see it as that extreme with protected breeds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was even extreme for even a protected breed.
Yeah. And it's true, Liam. It's true. What's funny is it's not actually. When I was growing up, I remember I never understood this. When I saw people like abusing their dogs and how like the dog would never fight back, and they were usually like really submissive. And I always never understood that. I was like, why doesn't the dog ever fight back? The reason for that is because that is, I'm not going to say it's natural, but you're basically being dominant to the dog. Right? And dogs respond to dominance by being submissive. So that's why those people typically don't get bit by their dogs. The people that get bit by their dogs are the ones that are overly loving. Those are the ones that, just like her dog was trying to eat her and she pet the dog. Those are the people that get bit. The ones that they don't want to discipline their dog because, well, I don't want to hurt his feelings. You know, I don't want to be mean. Those are the people that get bit. Well,
you know, she plays herself and like as a dog. You know what I mean? It's like you act like one, you get treated like one.
Yeah.
And he's running her like he's running a pack of dogs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the nature is cruel. You know, it's not kind at all. And that's what that was.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, like watch any video of a wolf dominating another wolf, and then watch that again and tell me that ain't dominance. You know what I'm saying? Like that is the clearest form of dominance I've ever seen in a dog. Like not even my dogs are like, I mean, my dogs are dominant, but I don't let it get that far. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get to see it that clearly. I don't let the whole, you know what I mean? Because that escalates to a bite. And I don't want my dogs biting each other. So I don't let it escalate to that point. But that escalation there, you'll see it in wolves. You know what I mean? You'll absolutely see it in wolves.
Well, that I think that dog is just a product of a dog. It's just a product of not being ever put in its place.
Yeah.
Just coddled.
Yeah.
Just coddled and given food, given water, given necessities, but coddled.
Not just that, girl. I really think that was like, they went out of their way to, like, that's probably a dog that whenever it was being food aggressive, she would, it's okay. She would pet him. She would pet him. She would love him. She would pet him. And if he was chewing on a toy and he would growl at her, she'd probably just pet him. Just pet him. Just pet him. Like, that kind of dominance had to be encouraged. You know what I mean? Just like she did whenever he was dominating her, and she just did what she's always done. She just pet him. She just pet him. That's how it got to that point. It is hard to get a dog to that point. It is. That takes work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that takes effort.
Yeah, that right there, guys. Holy moly.
Savannah, can you bring the dogs in? Like, one at a time, though. Girl, my dogs are going to drive my neighbors nuts.
Primal at its finest right there.
Yeah.
When people say they would like to be a dog or an animal, it's like, okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, welcome to the wildlife. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is.
Yeah. There you go. Nature is not kind, you guys.
That's what I said, Space Duck. She might as well have just went into submissive posture. You know what I'm saying? That at least she wouldn't. I guarantee you, she wouldn't have got bit. She wouldn't have got bit. I bet money she wouldn't have got bit. If she
stood over her like cashmere, let me tell you,
she maybe needed to pee on herself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let a little bit of pee make it. You do that little bit of submissive urination, she might have made it. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to be callous about the situation. All I'm telling you is the reality. All right, that dog was looking for submission. You know what I'm saying? Like, that dog was looking for submission and she didn't give it. That's why she got a correction. So.
Girl, honestly, we don't know. He might have made her tinkle on herself a few times.
Girl, after it, I bet you she did more than tinkle once that dog went after her. Because let me tell you something. That's one thing that I would not want a pit bull on me. Because I'll tell you what, a Corso, they might bite you, let you live. You know what I mean? A lot of dogs bite you, let you live. A pit bull, that's the one thing I can say about them, man. They're not bred to stop. When they attack, they're bred to keep going. You know what I mean? And and that's why, like, me personally, no, I dare you to growl at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I dare you. I wish a dog would. Yeah.
I'm telling you, Rachel and I, we run the tight ship.
Yeah, literally.
We run it very tight.
Yeah, we give them the look. That's like the child, when the child gives you the back talk and you do the look and you're like, what was that? What'd you just say? Like,
yeah. And they know. They know when they get the look.
Yeah. And that's seriously, and that's why people don't understand, like, them people that made that complaint on me. It's a very unsafe environment. No, it ain't, because I run a very tight ship. My dogs know not to mess around. You know what I mean? Like, they know. Yeah, they know. Like, they don't ever get even an inch with us. You know what I'm saying? And that's why. So you won't ever hear about nothing like that. I put money on it. You know.
You guys underestimate me.
So yeah.
They're underestimating you. They're like, dangerous for your daughter.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
But Jesus will play with
so.
You, he'll never bite you.
You don't want to pet a dog
that has
when they're food aggressive. That's very bad advice.
Yeah.
That's very. You have to. When a dog is food aggressive, they are not having an understanding that you're the hand that's feeding them.
Yeah, or that you're the leader. Yeah. That basically what the dog is saying. I didn't mean to cut you off, girl. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sure? Okay.
Go ahead.
But yeah, when a dog is growling at you over food, what that dog is telling you is, get away from my food bowl, human. Are you gonna put up with that?
Yeah.
Are you gonna put up with that? Because if you're gonna put up with that, then you better be ready for, get away from my couch, get away from my toy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's what it's going to escalate into.
They take ownership. They're being possessive.
Yes.
And let me tell you, up in my house, there ain't a dog here that owns a D thing. Okay, they don't even own the floor they sleep on, the little spot.
Yes, literally, yes.
Yeah, that's just the understanding they don't have at the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah. You gotta let the dog understand they don't own nothing.
Exactly.
Not even the food, not even the meals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I will straight run a dog off their food bowl. Like, you growl at me, I'm taking your food bowl. You know what I'm saying? I will take it away from you. I'm not going to do this whole like, no, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm not going to take your food bowl. No, you growl at me, I'm taking your food bowl. That's my food bowl now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't even like let my dogs well, first of all, like my dogs kind of eat, some of them eat out of the kennel, and the ones that eat out of the kennel, I make them sit and wait for their food. That's just something I have them do so they understand that it's my food and I'm letting them eat it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And you should never let any behavior go on where a dog runs another dog off the food, because that's possessional too.
Yeah, and it'll get worse.
Yeah. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll get worse.
Yeah, don't ever touch your dog when it's having food aggression. Take the food up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Take it away. Run them off of it. You know what I mean? It's like they want something, and you're basically teaching them you will get the opposite of what you want if you do this. You know what I mean? Like, you won't get what you think you want out of it. So
yeah, and let me tell you, when they're young, if you have a young puppy, a really great way.
Hey, you guys get out of it. Batista.
Is to make them wait for their food, and then when you allow them to have their food, sit by the bowl and play in the damn food while they're eating the food.
Mm-hmm.
I do that. You know, they get over it really quick, and they have an understanding that it's mine. It's my food, and I'm letting you eat it.
Right. Mm-hmm. So the way I feed my dogs is they're all in my house, and I don't feed them all at one time. I just will give, I'll probably feed 3 at a time. So I'll put bowls in different areas of the house. Everybody gets a bowl. Nobody's allowed to go over and try to mess with anybody else's food. If another dog tries to run up and get in somebody else's food, I correct that dog and I make them do what they're going to do. They don't get to go and get up on somebody else's bowl. I think that it's really important to understand that different breeds are going to act differently, and depending upon how many dogs you have, were they raised together as puppies? Like, for example, what was with Cashmere will react differently if, say, a dog, one of her puppies walks up and tries to eat the food, versus maybe if Preacher tries to walk up and eat her food, or anybody else, right? And Batista is going to act differently if somebody comes up and tries to eat his food, because he didn't really, he was 4 months old whenever I got him, so he has a no tolerance for anybody trying to walk up and eat his food. A dog like Blondie, she'll let anybody eat her food. So it has a lot to do with breed, personality, the relationship of the dog, how they're, a lot of things. So I don't think that it's fair to compare somebody this other gentleman that everybody's talking about to my dogs. You know what I mean? Because it's just not. Tracy, don't tell me what to do. I'm not eating my fingernails anyway. And don't tell me what to do, because I do what I want. So anyway, so having said that, it's just something to keep in mind. The question is, are your dogs trying to kill each other? Obviously not. You know what I mean? My dogs do not try to kill each other. Now, I've mentioned it before that I personally believe that the longer a dog is left with its pack mates, the higher and more intense the food aggression is. And so Batista has had the most food aggression out of all my dogs. He doesn't just have food aggression. He even has water aggression. He'll try to attack the dogs over drinking water. And coincidentally, same thing with Mad Mortigan. Mad Mortigan is the same way. When he first got here, he literally tried to fight Nirvana over food bowl. He tried to take her food, first of all, And then whenever she literally let him have the food. She let him have it. She walked away. He went after her and tried to attack her. I caught him in midair. He didn't know what hit him. So, and I don't mean hit him as in I hit him. I mean, I grabbed him and had him on the ground in submissive posture before he even knew what happened. Okay. And I don't think that's a coincidence because Batista and Mad Mortigan are not related close enough to say that that's why they act the same way. I believe that it's because they stayed with their siblings a way longer, and they learned that, you know, they have to kind of fight for their food. So it's just a behavior that they've learned, which is why I always, you know, well, we talked about that, but nonetheless, it's fine, Tracy. I was joking too. Like, obviously, if I really don't like somebody, I'll just be like, ban. So, but nonetheless, I don't like being told what to do. So, so there you go.
She is, she's hard-headed.
Yeah.
She is hard-headed.
Yeah. I've always been that way. Just thank yourself that you aren't my mother. Because I've always been that way.
Oh my God.
Always.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, but nonetheless, no, I'm fine. It's whatever. I'm not mad, like I said. But there's just always a part of me that's like, don't tell me what to do. Like that's, it's my soul. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So anyway. Okay, so I think they took down the full video because I didn't see it. I bet you they took it down because it's probably considered. Yeah. Miss Holly, I have not been on Facebook in a while to add anybody to that group, unfortunately. So my bad. But I will get to adding people. Yeah. I've been like, Savannah's been doing school from home, so I've been having to help her with that. And then I've just been dealing with all this stuff, and so I really haven't had a lot of time for Facebook, unfortunately. My bad. Sorry. Thank you, Julian. How is Velocity and Cashmere and Blondie's interactions when you're not filming, when you don't get involved? I always get involved. There's no such thing as me not getting involved. I'm the alpha. I have to. Having said that, Velocity and Cashmere, I don't know. For those of you that have watched a long time, you know that I used to have to really monitor them. I don't have to monitor them anymore. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, I don't have to monitor them. They don't try to get into it anymore. Blondie,
they matured.
Yeah, they matured. Yeah, Velocity is like, you know, she's content where she's at. Cashmere doesn't really mess with her anymore. And I think most of that is that Velocity is matured and Cashmere doesn't need to get onto her anymore. You know what I mean? Cashmere got onto her because Velocity was too reactive. And Cashmere knew that that's not healthy. So not healthy for the pack. So she would get onto her. And now that Velocity's really chill and isn't getting in any trouble, there's no need for her to get onto her. And vice versa. I don't have to get onto either one of them for having disagreements. Blondie, I will say Blondie has actually been more like, I think she senses that Cashmere is kind of like retiring because she has been doing these drive-by mouth bites. That's what I call it. Like a dog will go flying past her and she just this, and she does the mouth bite. Like actually more brutal than Cashmere. Not in the sense that she like attacks them, but she definitely like, it's like Cashmere will kind of give you a warning. She'll kind of like let you make it. Whereas Blondie just out of nowhere, she's like, bam, she'll just get you. So I've had to kind of get onto her a little bit, like tone it down a little bit. But yeah, she's if anybody questioned whether or not Blondie was going to be in that position, which I saw coming, she is absolutely she is top female now. Not over her mother yet. There is a natural respect there because she knows that's her mother and she doesn't actively challenge her mother in that way. But I do believe that for example, if Cashmere, especially like in a couple years when Blondie is even more mature, I think that if Cashmere ever tried to really treat Blondie like her pup, there may actually be an altercation there because Blondie is only going to put up with so much right now. and that's why I always have to be there monitoring, stepping in, making sure that everybody knows that you can only take it to here. You can't take it up here because mama's going to come. You know what I mean? Keep the noise level to a minimum. That's how it is with my dogs. And they know, you know what I mean? They know. So anyway, having said that, everything's really chill here. The only time I ever have any type of hot moments is when I have a female in heat and my boys want to kind of guard that female, which is completely normal. But other than that, everyone's really super chill. Things are more chill now than they've ever been. So, all right.
Yeah, same here, guys. It's very quiet in my house with the dogs. I mean, I've done like one video in my house, and it's just nothing ever going on in my house because it's so quiet. Because my pack is more mature than Rachel's, like as a whole right now. And so, you know, mine had a lot of social maturing that happened before Rachel. So.
Yep. Hers are older. Yeah, hers are older than mine. My lips look so dry.
How many people seen my puppy? I can't wait to get them.
I know. Can we please open up the airport so that we can get our dogs, please?
I would like my dog. I would love my dog. I would love him now.
Yep. And I'm getting my female. I know somebody asked about that, but yes, I am getting my female from out of ZZ Top. I don't know which female yet. It's either going to be a brindle female or a black female. I've got pictures of them now when they are. I'll show you. Y'all that are on the stream, y'all are going to get to see something that nobody else has seen.
Oh, Trinity is doing well. She's on my channel. So if you go to Sprezzatura, Corso, you will see Trinity. Right now we have Katana. Let me show Katana. She's on the couch. Hey. She's enjoying it.
Oh, Katana. Katana. Sweetie.
Turn her around. Banana, turn around. Say hi. Hello. She was enjoying the ear scratch. Yeah, enjoying the ear scratch. Oh, this is good art.
So this is this is the female, one of the females that I may get. So there's that one there. They're 30 days old. So it's one of them. And then this is the other one.
Yeah, they are some big babies, some big I just want to smush and kiss their faces. I think that I'm gonna call Christina and like snatch one up.
Girl, you better not.
She's gonna say you have hers every time.
Seriously, for real. We're always buying up everything. Yep. But it's really a phenomenal litter, honestly. If I didn't have Mad Mortigan, I would have begged her for the male that's in that litter as well. But I already have Mad Mortigan, so there's no need for me to bring in another male right now. Because I want to be able to keep males that I produce as well. So yeah. But yeah, they're very, very big females currently. They're 30 days old in those pictures, so they're little babies. And we are just hoping and praying that the freaking airlines will open up soon so that we can have our puppies shipped in. Because both of us are waiting on puppies. So, yeah.
Yeah, but we're both waiting on imports. So it's like, I don't know. Girl, hopefully they're not teenagers by the time we get them.
Girl, yes.
But I
like that. So somebody was asking about socializing their puppy during the pandemic. So I would say that you can take your dog out on a walk. You know what I mean? Like, I think that even though you're not socializing them with people, like basically part of socialization is the act of exposing your dogs to things that they don't know about previously and that they may be scared of, and teaching them how to recover from that situation. The more they learn how to recover from things, the better it will be for everything in life. Like, you know, my mother had an Australian Shepherd, and when he was like 6 years old, I took him on a walk one time, and he was like terrified of a Coke machine. We were walking through this area and there was like a Coke machine, and he acted like it was like the devil trying to grab him from hell. And I was like, I was like, we're not going to act, you know, like we're not going to be all dramatic over a Coke machine. So I dragged his butt over, had to use my leg, had to pull the collar and use my leg to scoot his butt over. And I just made him sit there next to it. And so initially he's like terrified. And then after a while, he's like, oh, it's not attacking me. So then he just started to relax a little. He's heavy panting, started to relax a little bit. And then I made him lay down. And then, you know, he was fine with it after a while. You know what I mean? So, so, you know, there's no age at which that stops happening. The point is you need to get your dog into a habit of being exposed to new things and trusting you to know when is it necessary to be afraid of this thing and how to take direction from you when it's not. You know what I mean? So whatever it is, if it's I remember Admiral was scared of a fire hydrant. I was walking in this field. Girl, I know, right? A dog scared of a fire hydrant. Like, they're supposed to want to pee on him. But seriously, and he was like scared of it. And so I took him over, made him sit next to it. I don't need them to like touch it, to smell it, anything. I just want them to actively sit next to it. Part of the fear is them thinking it's going to hurt them. So them just being exposed to it and realizing that it's not going to get them, it's not going to come get them, is a big part of getting over the fear. Once they accept just being around it and not trying to get away from it, then you can walk away and then you come back in and you try it again. Don't try to do it right then. Give them the release. Walk away again. Try to come back over again. See how they respond. If they're still terrified, once again, make them sit next to it. Make them be okay. Maybe that time, make them lay down. Laying down is vulnerable. It puts them in a vulnerable position. So, you know, if they're okay with that, then they're okay with it, right? And then typically they'll want to come up. You go away, you come back. Usually they'll want to smell it at that point because now they know it's not going to get them. And they're like, okay, what is this thing? And they explore by scent, right? He's going to want to smell it. And usually they'll do that thing where they try to keep their whole body away. They'll brace themselves and they'll want to come in for a smell. You know what I mean? They'll be real jerky about it. And then once they realize it's okay, then it's like, all right. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how you do it. And you can introduce people later, right? Like you get them used to other things first, and then, you know, you get them used to people later on, right? And that's not a horrible thing either, because as Reese and I both have speculated, sometimes dogs do better with socializing with people when they're a little bit older because they're bigger and they have more confidence and they're less afraid of the person because they're more confident in their own ability and they're not so vulnerable. So they may respond better when they're a little bit older than when they're super young to the situations like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And as far as like what you can do to socialize also while you're in quarantine, I think it's most important to start training just basic obedience type of things and implement it into your puppy's routine. And get them good at doing it, because when you do take that puppy out, when you do, you want that puppy to listen. Because when you take them out and they see something that makes them uncomfortable and they're unsure about, you want to be able to give the command to sit, and that dog sits, or to move and walk by or past the whatever,
or lay down.
And the dog listens. You want to get your puppy used to listening.
Yep.
And listening very well, so that when you do socialize the dog and desensitize that dog, it listens, and so you have control of the situation.
Exactly. Yep. That's a big, huge part of it, because you obviously can't make the dog sit and stay if it doesn't know how to do that to socialize them. Yep. So that's a really good point.
Yep. And then it becomes chaotic, and when it becomes chaotic, that's when people start panicking and they mess up. And they do. It's okay. It's okay. You know, And the dog's like, oh my God, it's okay to freak out. Thank God, because I was feeling it.
Yep, exactly. Alrighty.
If you want to get your dog to go into submissive posture, all you have to really do, because dogs do it naturally. When we had Siberian Huskies, they did it to one another all the time. Usually, like dogs way up in the ranking would do it to the younger dogs. But it just takes having a firm tone of voice and standing over that dog for that dog to go down naturally. Or you can just, gently take the dog down, push it on its side, and flip it over. And, they know.
Yeah, they know what it is. Just because they don't want to do it doesn't mean they don't understand what you're asking them to do. Sometimes they just don't want to submit to you.
Oh, it's all the time they don't want to submit. It's not that they don't know, of course. So they know exactly what you want.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't want to do it. So that's when you have to give them the push.
Mm-hmm.
Just have a word to go along with feel like down. Yeah, down. Have a word to go with it. But they know exactly what you want because it's what they understand. You're speaking their language when you do the submissive posture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get physical. You have to, Julie and Angel, of course. For sure. Marina, come here, Lena. Come here, girl. Come here, Lena. Marina, my hellhound is up here, guys.
Melina, let me see her. She's my personal favorite. Yeah. That's my girl.
She's better now. Yeah, there's the hellhound.
Melina.
There's the hellhound.
She's so sweet, y'all. Melina. I told Reese, I was like, whenever you're done with her, you just send her to me.
Send her to probably live out the rest of her glory days as Tempo.
I love her.
This dog, right?
Sucker for like the super dominant dogs. You know what I mean? Like I love the warriors. she's like Xena the warrior princess. You know what I'm saying? Like she's the one, y'all. She's the one. No,
yeah, Melina's no joke. She's definitely an experienced owner type of dog. Very experienced owner.
Yeah.
Because she is no joke. We talk about the hellhound all the time.
Yeah, I love her. I do. I love her. I like the dogs that like you have to watch and engage with and monitor. I like that. You know what I mean? That's my thing. That's my style dog right there. So
get in on her.
Yeah. She's so look how serious she is. Look at that. Look at that. She's purposely getting out of the view. Oh.
Katana, get away. Girl, my laptop is like, oh, you're talking to me? My allergies, thanks for asking. They're doing a lot better. I got back on my Zyrtec Flonase regimen. Because when I was with my allergist, he's like, girl, you're going to have to take 2 Zyrtec a day and do the Flonase to control them allergies or allergy shots. I just never went back for the allergy shots. I'm not really interested. It's something you got to keep up with. Morgan, you are not checking out.
No what?
Oh, I thought you were checking out on us. I was like, Morgan, we need you. Look at the hellhound trying to be sweet, guys. She tries.
I love her. I can't wait for my Melina baby.
Oh God, yeah, I cannot wait for Melina babies. I can't wait for Velocity babies. I think Velocity is gonna have 6.
I hope so, y'all. She don't look very big. She
If she has 6, you owe me some coffee and a new batch of coffee.
Girl, I will send you. Girl, you have my word. I will send you coffee. I will. Yeah, I really hope she does. I'm not holding my breath. She looks so small. Oddly enough, she hasn't eaten today. She won't eat. I don't know what her deal is. She will not eat today. Usually that's a sign of, as I was saying, usually that's a sign of impending labor. But I hope not, because that's kind of early. You know what I mean? Like, what, today's Friday? She's due on Wednesday.
It could be a few days. They start.
Well, because it's based on ovulation, not on the date of breeding. But I want to say, since we did hormone testing, we know when she was ovulating because of the hormone testing, right? Isn't that how it works? So I based it because he told me she was like at 11.8 the day that we did the first AI. And that tells me that maybe she didn't ovulate that day. Maybe it was the next day. So I counted it from that day. Yeah. So bless you.
Melina.
So that tells me it's like, no, you're good. So that tells me it's like Wednesday. But it is her first breeding. So we'll see. I don't know.
She could have been, it could have been, I don't know. We'll see. I think she's gonna have them when you say she is Tuesday or Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just because she lost appetite, I don't think it's like,
Yeah.
Somebody asked, how long do you have a litter of puppies? So I have some breeding planned. So right now, Arya and Preacher will be breeding. We have some spots available on that. And then Jade and Alpha, which I will announce once we are set in stone with that. And Melina and Batista will be breeding. Melina was supposed to be bred when? It was like last month. And we couldn't. We had a setback. So she'll now be bred in the winter. So very, very, very soon. I'm like, it crushed me because I'm so ready for puppies.
She'll go back in June, you think? Is that what you said?
Melina will be going back in the fall.
Okay.
Like late fall. So she'll be having puppies in the winter.
When do you think? Like, what month do you think?
So I want to say that she will be having puppies like November, December. I think I need to look at a calendar.
Okay. Do you think it'll be too early for Mad Mortigan?
Huh?
Do you think it'll be too early for Mad Mortigan?
It may not be. No, it may not be.
Hmm.
I need to look at a calendar. We'll get up on that and see.
Okay.
We may change up the stud. I told you guys I'm indecisive.
That would be like so cool.
It's going to be like the best.
Yeah, that would be super cool though.
This like Melina has been like highly anticipated.
Yeah, that would be like monster puppies because Melina, you guys, is off of a dog by the name of Mockingjay, which was, in fact, this is a good segue, off of a very rare 150-pound dog by the name of Mockingjay, who was 30 inches tall at the withers. Now, let me tell you something.
Yes.
If you want to know how big that is, Preacher is 27 inches tall at the withers, and Batista is like between 27, 28 inches tall at the withers. So, thank you, Crystal. So, like,
and Melina's 27. Just let you know.
Like
she's
those are
of a male.
Yeah.
At the withers.
Yes, those are big dogs, and neither Batista nor Preacher are even close to 150 pounds. So I see a lot of people claiming that their dogs are 150 pounds when their dogs are not 150 pounds. Okay. Now, maybe you can get your dog to 150 pounds if it's fat. All right. But too many people are claiming their dogs are 150 pounds when they're not. A 150-pound Corso is extremely rare, especially if you're talking about a purebred Corso. We're not talking about those Neo mixes or Roddy mixes or whatever. I'm talking
a Corso was never designed to be that big of a dog. It does happen, and even for Melina's breeder, her sire was big. It was big. It wasn't her preference.
Yeah.
But he was a very, very nice dog, and so he had other qualities, you know, which, you know, is as to why she kept him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not even a size that you would regularly want to throw.
Right. Yeah. And anytime you see somebody, anytime you see somebody claim their dog is 150 pounds, then you need to look and see, is that dog overweight? That's the first question you need to ask yourself. Is that dog overweight? Because if it's overweight, then that's not a true 150 pounds. It may be 150 pounds on the scale, but that's not a healthy 150 pounds. I could get Preacher to 150 pounds if I wanted him to weigh 150 pounds. Now, I would have to feed him way too much, but I could definitely get him up to that. Okay. So that's the first thing you have to ask yourself is that dog overweight? Okay. That's the first question. Second question is that person being honest? Are they telling you the dog is 150 pounds, but really if they put the dog on a scale, it wouldn't actually weigh that much? So, you know, I've seen a lot of people throwing around the 150-pound mark. And all I'm going to say is I have not seen, other than Mockingjay, I have not seen a...
People do try to breed big, like very big outside of the standard big. You get these big square dogs, right? Yeah. And then when you get these square dogs, you're messing up the function, right? Because it's a working dog. It's a working dog, and it's the reason why the Cane Corso is supposed to be rectangular. Yeah. Is for function. So then you have this big square dog, and yeah, maybe 150 pounds, but it ain't moving like it's supposed to function. Yeah. And so when it gets too big, it's really hard to maintain the rectangle of the dog, that the longer than it is tall. Yeah. Not even when I was talking with the breeder that I bought Batista and Mad Mortigan from, I asked her if she thought that Mad Mortigan would even be in the 150-pound range, and she said no. She said he's not that big. No. And we're talking Mad Mortigan is a huge dog. He's a monster dog. So, like, okay, like let's just be clear. Now, there are some like weird anomalies. Like, for example, what's his name? War Admiral was actually a very heavy dog, oddly enough. He was like 120, yeah, at a year old, but he was my smallest dog, okay? He was my smallest dog. He didn't have more bone than Batista, and he was not as tall as either one of them. He was like between 24 to 25 inches at the withers. That's how small he was. He did weigh a lot, oddly enough, he did. And you know, if I would have kept him overweight, I could literally get any of my males in this house right now to be 150 pounds. I could if I wanted to. But why? Why would I risk their joints and their long-term health just to be able to say my dog's 150 pounds? Okay. Like, and the Corso was never designed to be a 150-pound dog. Like, I think that to be within the standard, I think a male dog is between 110 and 140 pounds. Like, in between that range, it is what the foreign Italian breeders prefer, and it's their breed, you know what I mean? Yeah. So a lot of what we see that's 150 plus pounds over in Italy, overseas, it's undesirable, okay? Yeah. Because when you get that big, you start messing with the function. Yeah. And even when bone gets too big, it messes with the function. We were never supposed to be as big as the English Mastiff or the Neo or any of those Mastiffs. We are the smallest of the Mastiffs, but the most athletic, okay? So we have to remember that whenever, you know, we see people talking about or purposely breeding for 150 plus pounds. Yeah, okay? And I'm gonna show y'all, like, Reese, do you want to answer that question up there while I look for a picture of Mockingjay? I want to show y'all how Mockingjay looked when he was 150 pounds. Okay, I want to show you guys that. Becky, thank you for the donation. I've been looking into a Cane Corso, but I want to be properly prepared. What dog breed do you guys personally recommend owning before Cane Corso? I wouldn't just buy a dog just for the purpose of buying a Cane Corso. It's just kind of something I wouldn't do. But what I can say is that people that own Cane Corso, you have to be prepared to and know that this is a dominant breed. It's a large, so dominance and size, it can become a problem if you don't have the personality to handle it. But what I do ask people whenever they're inquiring about a puppy from me is if they've ever owned a dog, a medium to a large breed, and what breeds did they own. And if you want to own get a dog before you get your Cane Corso and raise them together, what breed would you say would be good?
I would say either an old style boxer like what you guys had, not your modern boxer, like an old European style boxer, or a Rottweiler, German Shepherd, Doberman, some pit bulls. I would say, like, you need a powerful dominant breed to really get an idea for what it's like to have a dog that's willing to tell you no on occasion.
But the boxer to me is more universal. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's not so, you get a touch of it. You get just enough to know what you're going to deal with getting a Cane Corso. Yeah. Which is big, it's a little bigger and it's a little more dominant. Yeah. But if you have a stable Cane Corso, it shouldn't be a problem. It should not be an issue.
Yeah. I will say Great Danes are close to. They're not so bad. They're not super, not all of them. Not all of them have the super dominant thing. A lot of them are just big old goofballs, but some of them can. So this right here is Mockingjay, y'all. This is Mockingjay. Now, do you see how this dog has a waist? Do you see how it actually goes up? Right?
We call that tuck up, guys.
Right.
So you see the dog,
it's called tuck up.
Longer than he is small. He's proportionate. He is what the standard says he should be in proportion.
Right.
He's got nice tuck up. He's not fat.
Yeah. So when you know a dog is fat is when this area right here, when it's the same length. So from right here, if this area here is as low as this is here, that's a fat dog. Okay, that's a fat dog. It shouldn't be a straight line. All right, the dog should have a waist. It just should. It's the same thing, with really most of anything else. Even with people should have a waist. You know what I mean? So if you see a dog and somebody's claiming, well, my dog is 150 pounds, but it doesn't have a waist, you can't see any rib. You know what I mean? You should be able to see, like even with Mockingjay, you can see that you can see the hint of rib in the back. You know what I mean? You can see right here, if you look really closely, you see that right there? You see those last two ribs? You should be able to see that. If you can't see that, and I'm not talking about when your dog takes a deep breath in, okay? I'm talking about when your dog is just naturally being there, you should always be able to see those two ribs, and you should have a waist. If the dog doesn't have that, it's fat. And therefore, you don't get to be like, oh, my dog's 150 pounds. Well, yeah, guess what? I'm overweight too, honey. And that's not something to brag about. So, having said that, somebody asked, was he Custodinos? He was a Custodinos Sanguine Magnifica breeding, I believe. He was both. He had both of their kennel names on him. No differently than my male. Actually, both of my dogs, actually. Vitani and Valak are both Custodinos Sanguine Magnifica, and so is Madmortigan. It's a pairing between those two kennels. With Vitani and Valak, Sanguine Magnifica was the stud and Custodinos was the dam. And then with Madmortigan, Custodinos was the stud and Sanguine Magnifica was the dam. So it was a combination of those two kennels breeding, and those offspring carry both of their names. So yeah. So
Yeah. You guys, we're not on here to talk about anybody else's channel. You know, this is just a generalization.
Yeah, this is
the
literally
50 pound dog. We see this a lot. Like,
so many people ask us.
I've seen people say their Corso is 180 pounds. It's like, if you ever seen a 100-pound dog, it's a big dog, and I don't know why people don't realize it. You know, see 100 pounds for yourself. You know, and the Corso, like I said, 150-pound dogs do happen, but when they're structurally correct to the standard, that's rare form. Okay, and I've seen a comment about Achilles and Preacher and their tuck up. Everybody that watches my channel, they know my dogs are physically fit, right? And Preacher is too. I don't overfeed my dogs to get optimal exercise. Achilles is an older male, right? And I'm just gonna say it like this: his penis is hanging. You know what I mean? He's busted a little bit of a sag, but you know, he's got tucked up. You know, and Rachel's seen the dog in person. He's freaking powerhouse.
He's a tank. Yeah, he's a tank. Yeah, he is. He's definitely he's definitely more of like a thicker Corso. Like, they do come in different styles. So I would say that Preacher and even Batista are more of a lanky style Corso. It doesn't mean that they are like, you know, it's not that you can't get them to be big. They absolutely can, but he's more of like a thicker dog. But even having said that, you know, we're not, I know a lot of people keep bringing up this other YouTuber's dog. We're not talking specifically about his dog. What we are saying is that recently there's been a large increase of people asking for 150-pound Corso, as though they're just everywhere. And I want you guys to understand that that's not common. That is like a unicorn in our breed. Most of the time, those dogs don't even look very good. They usually don't have good structure. Mockingjay is a very rare case. His parents weren't that big. He has not produced offspring that big. It is a rare thing and not something that people should be expecting. You should not be contacting a breeder saying, well, I want a 150-pound Corso. Well, good luck. I want a unicorn, but I'm not going to get one. You know what I mean? So
I mean, and that other YouTuber, like, the community is very small. You know what I mean? We know that his breeder, and we actually work with her in a way on the CCAA, and we have no problem with her. You know what I mean? Or no problem with her program, what she produces. But this is just a generalization, okay, of the people. You know, my dog is 180 pounds.
Yeah.
And it's a Cane Corso.
Yeah. Yeah. It is, like I said, it is, the 150 mark is more reasonable than the 180. I mean, oh my God. Like, you know, that's just, you know, I'll be honest. There was a guy who bought a dog from me a long time ago. And she was like, I want to say he had her up to like 140 pounds or something like that at one point. And she was extremely obese, like to the point where she ended up having a hip go out on her. And it's like, I just get so sad because it's like you're breaking the dog down. You know what I mean? Like it's just so sad to me. If you want to be overweight on your own because you know the risks, by all means, do whatever you want to do. But please don't subject a dog to that just so that you can get on the internet and say, my dog weighs this amount of pounds. You know what I mean? Like, that's nothing to be proud of. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, I would say that, and I don't know about you, Reese, but in my experience, when somebody feels the need to volunteer the weight of their dog, typically they're lying. Typically they're lying.
Me personally, I rarely weigh my dogs. I don't care how much they weigh. I know that to the withers or to the standard, they're longer than they are tall. But you know, for the most part, what I do care about is the phenotype as far as the dog's look. Does my dog look like a Cane Corso, and is it, you know, does it have the right proportions, right? And I like my dog to look healthy, and that's all I care about. I don't care about weight. You know,
Right.
if I produce 150-pound proportionate Cane Corso, so be it. But I don't care.
Yeah.
It's not really what matters to me.
Yeah. If you really, really want like a dog that's up in the 150-pound range, go get yourself an English Mastiff. Go get yourself what are those things called, Reese? The ones you're familiar with, the black and white furry ones. The ones you were talking about. That you walked at the place.
Oh yeah. A Newfoundland.
Yeah, get a Newfie. You know what I mean?
Persistently big.
Yeah.
The Corso is very inconsistent in size.
Yeah.
Like there is no chart anybody can give you telling you specifically where your Corso's weight should be at a certain month of time. You know, like because our breed is very it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Because it's still a very, very young breed. Recovery for the Cane Corso started in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
So we're still very inconsistent. So if you want a dog that's truly going to be 180 pounds, go buy you a Newfoundland.
Yeah,
you know
or a Caucasian Shepherd, or a Turkish Kangal. Some of those get really big.
Go get
the Overchaka. You know, there are a lot of breeds that are literally big for no reason. The Corso is just not supposed to be one of them. They're just not. They're not supposed to be 180-pound dogs. And truthfully, they're not even supposed to be 150 pounds. Now, can they get that big? Yes. But that shouldn't be like, we're not all striving to produce dogs that big. We're just not.
That's not a norm. Yeah, that's not a norm. And I think for the breeder, for Christina, you know, it happened because, you know, we're still a little inconsistent in places. And like I said, if you buy a Cane Corso, I think that you should be more concerned about the looks of the dogs and in the case of health. You know what I mean? When I'm looking at a puppy, I want my puppy to be lean. I want to be able to see those last two ribs. And that's just how I like to grow my Cane Corso puppies. Don't be concerned with the weight, okay? The Cane Corso is a waiting game breed. You have to be very, very, very patient, but grow your dog lean. And it's going to be genetically what it's going to be, you know? The only way you can kind of mess with that and make the dog bigger than it's actually going to be is if you overfeed it. And then you end up breaking your dog down. So if you truly want a big dog that's going to be massive, like, get yourself a Newfoundland or Chaka, whatever. Don't get a Cane Corso if you lack patience and you care about the weight only.
FA keeps asking if their other account is banned. First of all, we would have to know what the name of your other account is to know if it got banned or not. We don't just know. Second of all, I mean, I just don't know. I don't know if something's going on, but I mean, I can't tell you if your other account is banned when I don't even know the name of it. And I have moderators on here. You know, somebody may have silenced it, you know, or what. I just don't know. But, you know, I do know that nobody like bans people for no reason. So